Hey everyone, it's Joy here and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a really wonderful day. This video is coinciding with Reverse Confetti's blog hop that they have going on, so you can head over to my blog that's listed and linked below for information on that and definitely more inspiration. So I am using the new Roses stamp set. I'm going to stamp this on some Neenah Solar White Classic Crest 110-pound cardstock. I'm inking that up with a black Copic friendly ink. I believe I'm using Honeybee Stamps and Tints black ink. So because we're going to be doing some Copic coloring. So the Copics that I am using for these images are YR02, Y02, and Y00. So I'm bringing in an orange and then some yellows. Then YG61, 63, and 67, which just happens to be my new favorite green color combination. I just think it's a really, I don't know, just kind of a mellow green. Super, super pretty. So I am laying down the YR02 first. This is my shadow part of my images, and I'm just putting this in where the petals are meeting the other petals, kind of at the base of the petals. Then I've got the Y02. I'm struggling today, you guys. And I am going to start blending up from the YR02. Then I will finish with the Y00, a much lighter yellow on the tips of the flowers. Then, like I said, I'm using the YG61, 63, and 67 in the same manner. I'm going to start with my darkest part for the shadows, which is the 67. Then the 63 is the medium. I'm going to blend out from there, and then the very lightest is the 61. I am not going to show all of the coloring of all of these roses because everything is being colored exactly the same for this. So I'm just going to show you a few of these so we can move on. This video doesn't have to be a bajillion years long. But I love these roses. I think this is a great, big, beautiful image that can take up a lot of room on your card, and I just think it's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to use the coordinating die to die cut this out. So I'm going to place some low tack tape around the die and then just run that through my die cut machine, which makes it super easy. But this would also be a great image just to stamp directly onto your card base and just make a one layer card out of it. This would be really great for that as well. Then there's the coordinating die frame that goes along with it, and isn't it such a fun frame? So I'm going to die cut that from some white cardstock, and I'm using Simon Says Stamps TIDEPOOL ink, and I'm just going to take my ink pad directly to this paper and just give it some color. And I really didn't have a plan. I just wanted it to feel kind of distressed, not very distressed, kind of distressed, and just, I don't know, just really pretty and fun. And of course, this is like my favorite color in the whole wide world. So I was thrilled that this was just the color of the background. But then I thought, while I was doing this, I thought, I'm going to bring in some gold embossing powder, which I think is what I'm grabbing right here. And while the sides are wet, I'm just going to dip that into the gold embossing powder. I'm not trying to be real specific about it. And then I can just use my heat tool to heat that until it's nice and melted. But it just added some interest to all of the edges, which I thought was just a lot of fun. I really, really loved how this background turned out. And I love that pop of yellow against that teal aquamarine color. So I'm going to heat that until it's melted. I did have my heat gun on, nice and getting nice and hot, so it didn't warp my paper too much. Then there is the layered friend die, which is brand new from Reverse Confetti. This and the Roses stamp set is part of their new release. I have die cut the friend part 3 times from white cardstock. I am not going to use the shadow piece. And I'm just going to adhere that together. And of course, that's going to give it some dimension. And then let's put this together. So some foam tape, of course, behind this image because I feel like popping it up is really fantastic. And I'm going to stick it in the top left corner of the card. And I do have that framed base adhered to the white A2 size card base. And I like that you can see the corners behind that. So putting any other color behind that would have been really awesome too. But I really liked the white. That's why I did the friend in the white cardstock as well. And I'll just use some liquid glue to adhere this to the front. And I think that's a great placement. And in the roses stamp set, I believe that there is 4 sentiments. And I'm using the happy birthday. So this will say happy birthday, friend. But don't forget to dot the little I's. I always try to make sure I put those pieces aside when I die cut word dies, because I don't want to have to cut it again to dot the little I's. So here is that sentiment here that says happy birthday. It's a good size. And I'm going to do some gold embossing on this, of course, to bring that in from the background. So I prepped that with my anti-static powder tool, and I'm using some clear ink to stamp that up. I want to stamp it up a few times, really make sure I got a good image. I hate when I'm doing embossing and the image doesn't come out great and you have to do it again. It drives me nutty. So I think I would rather stamp it a few times just to really make sure. And then of course heat that till it's melted and use my paper trimmer to trim that out. And then I will add some foam tape behind this as well, since kind of everything has some dimension. I don't want to leave this little sentiment out, but we can just pop that in right there, and it just is so pretty. And what a simple card to put together. And even the coloring was simple because I kept the roses all the same color. So it just really was kind of quick to put this card together. Then let's finish it off with some, oh gosh, this is Studio Katya's Gold Fever Confetti. And isn't that so pretty? So yeah, if you guys want to check out the blog, head over to my blog and you can check out the blog hop there. But thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed this program, and thank you again for all of your support, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.